My name is Olivia Frjka, and I'm a CIT counselor in training. We get to work with the kids, and we get to have fun with them and not have to force them to do something, but we encourage them to do something and help around. For 3 years now, I think. I think the ocean is just a happy place where everyone can go. I know a lot of people are afraid to go in, but it's a way you can encourage someone to go in, and there's always adventures that you can find and journeys that you can take. And it's just an overall fun place to go, I think. Well, it takes up most of the world, so it's pretty important. I live in New York, so when you don't really see the ocean in the city, but when you go off New York City, when you go out of New York City, usually you see the ocean, like at Atlantic Beach. So it's nice to get a difference here between the warmth and the coldness there. I love the ocean because there are so many different creatures, and you always find something new, and every single day it's not going to be the same. Every hour is going to be different, and every time you go back it will just change. Well, when I was younger, I was obviously afraid to go in. It was very cold, but through San Jose School, I have learned to love the ocean and learn new things about the creatures in it and about what creates, like, what happens. Well, when you think of the ocean, you think of all these scary creatures, not knowing what's underneath you, especially when it's cloudy. But coming to sea school, I really learned what's actually there and how it's not scary and how you can look at it in many different ways. You can, like, oh my gosh, sharks are gonna eat you, but they're not actually. They won't harm you at all. And like, I've been snorkeling for 4 years now with sea school in the Keys, and I've gotten to swim with sea turtles, sharks, all different types of sharks. I saw a blacktip, I saw a nurse shark, and I've also learned about a ton of different fish, and yeah, it's just made me love the ocean so much more. Well, I just got scuba certified this summer, and I think it's taking risks like that to step out of my comfort zone. So now I feel more comfortable to take leaps like that, and I can use this in my life because I took a leap off of that boat that minute I wanted to get certified, and now I can take a step forward, whether it's taking a big test getting into college or wanting to going to a college interview. So it's made me step forward and learn about new things that I didn't think I would like. So I started learning about the ocean when I was younger, and I had no idea what it was about, and it kind of opened me up to new ideas and I'd say try it, because you don't really know what's there, and if you're afraid of it, you always want to conquer that fear. There's always something you can do to fix that. There's always something you can learn in general. And like, my friend is very afraid of going to the ocean because she's afraid of sharks and Shark Week, because they make this whole big thing about Shark Week. But actually it's not, like, they make it so big because of these accidents that happen, but these accidents are because of humans bothering them. It's not them just doing it out of nowhere usually. So I don't know. Well, it takes up most of the world, so it's going to be around you no matter what. And no matter, even if you live in an area where there is no ocean view, like Florida, but you still learn about the ocean, you still learn about the trades that go on between different countries. The ocean is always going to be involved usually in what's going on in daily lifestyles, so you can't really get away from it. That's why you should like what's around you and take advantage of it. Well, when I was, I want to say 8, I met my best friend here. Her name's Christine. We've been best friends ever since. We hang out every single summer. And she lives here and I live in New York. So even though we have that long distance, we met at San Jose School. We come every summer to be together. We come every winter break to be together. And it's just brought us closer every single year. And it just shows that we both have a love for the ocean, and then we both have this friendship that we've made here. And I love seeing how I am a CIT and how I see these friendships become made while I'm here and helping them become made. Well, it's really important to me because I can always go to her whenever I need help. Whenever she needs something, she can go to me. If there's a big problem going on, we can always work it out. We never fight, which is even better. And we talk throughout the year, which is something that a lot of people don't do once summer ends. Well, over the summer this year, since I was 15, I got to go on the Bahamas trip, which was going to Andros for a week. And I was one of the youngest people to go, and it was probably the most exciting trip I've ever been on. I saw so many new creatures that I've never seen before. I was with older kids, so it was like welcoming into that new group because I was branching out to new people. And one of my other good friends, Lindsay, went with me, and it just brought us all closer as a group because we were all sharing something that we loved, and then we were also we were sharing the love for the ocean together, and then we were also creating that bond as friends while we were learning about the ocean, while we were tracking fish, while we were looking at coral reefs, while we were looking at sea turtles. It was just totally fun in general. Well, it's not just about the money. It's to make people happy, and it's to make more memories and to invite more kids in because I know that only a small amount can be welcomed in each week. And I've had the problems before where I have not signed up early enough and I had to sit around at home all week and not do anything because I come down here every summer for a couple weeks. And it's really bummed out when you're not one of those 40 kids over the summer where you can't get in, or you're not one of those CITs because it's all booked up. So I think if we get the money to expand and we get the money to make a bigger change, I guess, for Sandoval Sea School, it'll be great because we will have more opportunities and more open spots to make happiness. I don't know. It is probably the coolest moment of my life. I got a video of it, and we were underwater screaming at the top of our lungs because it was coming towards us, and then you see it, and then you want to go after it, so we were swimming towards it, and then it swam away really quickly, but thank God we got a video of it, and we came up and we were freaking out because there's only 4 of us, and we were probably the only people who got to see it on that trip. One of the coolest moments I've ever had at Sandoval Sea School was in the Bahamas when we went on our first snorkel trip, and I got to see a green sea turtle. It was about that big, and it was swimming towards us, and then right out of nowhere, it saw us and freaked out. But what was even cooler was it was about, I don't want to say 20 feet from us. So as we were going down, it didn't really realize that we were there. And then it saw us, made it a shake, had a little shaky feeling. And then it literally sped past us. And we have the film from it. And we got up to the surface, and we were all freaking out, and we were talking about how everyone was going to be so much how people were going to be so jealous of us, and it was probably the best feeling you could possibly have because you can't see this everywhere, and because I don't live in an environment where you see a sea turtle every day or you're in the ocean every day, and it's just a great feeling to have. I think I'm definitely a better person because I've met people to help me grow and to help me learn from my mistakes. And if I haven't have done these things, if I haven't have done snorkeling, or if I haven't done scuba diving, I feel like I would have been trapped, and I feel like I wouldn't have gotten to express myself because I knew I wanted to do something like this. I just didn't know how I could do it. And I think it made me better as a person because I can share my love for the ocean with other people around me and not feel like I'm being judged because I like the ocean and I love fish and I love talking about how cool a triggerfish is. I'm gonna say sea turtle. Okay. If I could be any sea creature, I would want to be a sea turtle because they seem so free, but I know that they have so much harm being done to them, getting hit by boats. But I feel like that's a way, they seem very free, so they seem like they're flying while they're in the water, and it just like I know when little kids are younger, they get asked the question, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? And a lot of kids say flying. So like when you think about a sea turtle in the water, it looks like they're flying, and they can go speedy fast, and they have like their cool gnarly friends with them, and it just seems like the bond that you would have, because you hatch you hatch and go into the water on your own, and you have the bravery to do it all on your own, which is something I would love to do. I feel like I wouldn't know as much as I do now, and I feel like I wouldn't be as in love with the ocean because I wasn't put in this environment where it showed me what the ocean is and how it has helped me, and how, like, what is in it. And because of this community, I have been branched out into a new world, kind of. And I feel like if I weren't in the situation where I've learned so much about the ocean, I wouldn't know what I want to do when I grow up. I wouldn't have any idea what, I would just be completely blank as to what is in the world. And I feel like in classes I can relate to this, I can relate to experiences here, and I can relate to what I've learned here. And it just shows like that it shows he is like a second father to me. I've known him for as long as I can remember. I can look up to him. He's always a funny person to go to. If you have any problems, he's always the first person to go to. He's open-minded, very, very funny. And he just has this personality that makes you want to talk to him, and that makes you want to listen to him. And I don't know what I would do without having him and the community that San Lucie School has built up. And he just makes the idea of the ocean so much better, and he puts like thoughts into your head, like how you can go on this journey, and how, like, we talked about a story today. It was about this really cool lifeguard, and he tells us stories every single day about in our CAT meeting about how, like, we talk about leadership a lot with him. That's one of the big ones, and how we can improve as a leader. And that's another important thing in life that I've learned from San Lucie School through leadership, if I need it during school on a sports team, or just in life as being the bigger person in a situation. And I've also learned a lot from him, not only about the ocean, but about life. So I can use both of the two into my daily life.